It's Monday and it's 5 a.m. in the morning, and I have to wake up early because I need to be in the school. So basically I'm done, I'm all dressed up. I'm just gonna wait for the call from my carpool, who is Serge off, and then I'll head out and go to school. Let me eat my lunch first because I'm really hungry. Let's eat. It was an awesome day. There were some students who told me that they're excited to come in school tomorrow. They're excited to learn a lot about science. They're excited to do a lot of activities in my class, and I'm very happy about that.
Mga kada, ang napanood po ninyo ay kwento ng araw-araw na buhay ng isang overseas Filipino worker na nagtatrabaho bilang isang teacher sa Arizona, USA. Siya si Romeo Borondia o Ray. At makakausap po natin siya ng live from Arizona, USA ngayon. Good afternoon sa iyo dyan, Ray. Kamusta ka naman?
I'm doing good. Good morning po sa inyo dyan.
Yes.
And to all my friends and family in the Philippines.
Welcome sa Kada Umaga.
Thank you for inviting me. I really appreciate it.
So, Ray, are you on a summer break? Summer break na ba kayo by now dyan sa States?
Yeah, it's summer break. It started just this week, so it's just perfect time for this interview because I don't have anything to do at home.
Oo. Isang taon ka nang nagti-teacher dyan sa Arizona,
Yes,
tama ba?
exactly po.
Kamusta naman? How is the experience?
Well, experience is actually, it's amazing, especially handling different, a very diverse type of students coming from different nationalities and background. I kind of miss my students back in the Philippines. Pero yung experience dito is really awesome. And it's an opportunity for me to share my experience and my skill and my life story to students all around the world. So I'm happy.
Aha. I'm sure, well, 1 year ka pa lang, I'm sure matinding adjustments ang nangyari sa'yo dyan sa Arizona. Ano yung pinaka-pagkakaiba ng pagtuturo dyan sa US at saka pagtuturo dito sa Pinas?
Well, first off, actually yung culture shock, especially yung mga students dito are coming from different ethnicities kasi. So you really have to be careful and mindful kung paano mo sila i-approach. Yung differentiated learning, gamit na gamit siya dito kasi iba-iba yung type nila. And the difference niya sa Philippines is that yung mga estudyante dito, they're very straightforward, they're very, I could say, opinionated, and they tend to speak up kung ano yung naiisip nila. Unlike in the Philippines, they would not talk unless their teacher would ask them to talk. It's nice na yung experience ko na nakuha sa Philippines is nagagamit ko siya rito, especially in the use of technology. And yung visa kasi namin is like we're like cultural ambassadors here. So I try to incorporate like Filipino games sa loob ng classroom, and that way ma-appreciate nila at magiging aware sila about other cultures sa ibang bansa.
Nakikita ko yung classroom ninyo, no, Ray?
Yeah.
Ilan ang tinuturuan mong estudyante dyan sa isang klase?
Oh, that's a big difference kasi dito sa US, ang class size namin is like 25 or below. Unlike in the Philippines, because I taught in the Philippines public school, sa USW High School, ang class size namin is from 40 to 50 students in a class. And yung resources natin sa Philippines, hindi ganun kakumpleto. Like the schools are not air-conditioned. Yung mga chairs natin, medyo kulang-kulang. Unlike here in the USA, everything is actually on the table. You have the laptop, you have your projector, you have everything, and it's air-conditioned. So, mas
Sana
conducive
all.
yung learning niya compared sa Philippines, actually.
So, ang ibig sabihin ba dyan, less busy ang nagiging buhay mo as a teacher compared dito sa Pinas?
To be honest, I'm more chill here. Mas less stress siya because especially pag pupunta ka ng school, walang traffic, hindi ganun kalala yung traffic dito compared sa Philippines. And masaya rin kasi may mga Filipino teachers ako sa same school and we have a very good foundation. It's like a family. So I don't really feel homesick din kasi there's a big community of Filipinos here in Arizona.
So I wonder, Rai, ano ba, what else is your everyday grind like? Katulad ngayon, summer break. Ano ngayon ang pagbibisihan mo ngayon na school is out for summer vacation?
Well, I was planning to visit another state because last spring break we went on a road trip. So we visited like 5 states dito. So it's an opportunity for me to explore United States. But medyo tipid muna tayo ng konti kasi may mga sinusuportahan tayo sa Philippines and I'm trying to build a bigger house for my family back in Bacacay, Albay. So as much as possible, medyo konting tipid muna sa mga galaan kasi medyo mahal dito.
So ang pamilya mo ay nasa Albay. Batiin mo muna sila, Rai.
Oh, thank you. Hi to all my family, friends, cousins sa Bacacay, Albay. And also to my family in Pasig City and to all my co-teachers and former students in Eusebio High School. Hi, I'm here.
Bakit ka nga ba pumunta dyan sa Arizona? Alam kong bago ka nasalta dyan sa Arizona, nagtrabaho ka muna sa Dubai.
Yes,
Pero prior to that, nag-BPO ka muna dito sa Pinas at nagtrabaho din na sa teacher for 3 years. And then
Yes,
you decided to leave the country. Bakit, Rai?
Well, I had my license 2009 pa. I was thinking of going na magturo agad, pero we needed money at that time. So call center, BPO industry in the Philippines pay more than a teacher, to be honest.
Yeah.
Hindi ganun kaganda yung sahod ng teacher. Pero when I was in Dubai, I kind of was looking for a purpose, why I'm working hard, why I'm earning this much. So I decided to go back to the Philippines and teach. And I told myself na this has been a dream of me because back in when I was a child, mahilig ako mag-teacher-teachera, ako yung teacher and all. So I think it's an opportunity for me to inspire my students and to tell my story because I've had a rough time growing up, and I think that story it's something that can inspire them to do better also in the future.
Ano mga difficulties in life yung naibabahagi mo sa yung mga estudyante na pwede nilang kapulutan ng inspirasyon?
Well, like here in the US, I actually told them that when I was in high school, because that was the time na super rough yung finances namin. So I had to sell empanada nung high school ako. So my mom would cook it in the evening and would deep fry it in the morning. And I would bring like 40 pieces of empanada. I would sell it to my classmates. Medyo nahihiya pa ako ng konti. Sometimes I would see my classmates throwing the empanada sa trash. Pero I'm not taking it negatively kasi they're actually just helping me out. They know that I'm having a hard time and they're helping me out. Naiyak tuloy ako. So, yeah, so I think these stories can actually, is something that they could learn from it. And yun, I think it's an inspiration to them.
Truly, right, di ba? To not take anything for granted, na huwag tayo maging self-entitled, di ba? Pero alam ko hindi rin naging madali para sa iyo ang makuha yung teaching job sa Arizona. Nakasampung interview ka daw eh. Bakit
Yes.
na inabot ng 10, Ray? Matindi ba ang qualifications or ano bang mga pinagtatanong?
Well, malaki yung demand ng Filipino teachers dito sa US. Yung malaki talaga. But I had to go for almost more than 10 interviews, not only in the US, but also in Thailand and China and other countries. The qualification, kasi I only had 3 years of teaching experience dito sa Philippines. So they were probably looking for someone with more than 3 years or more than 5-10 years of experience. So what I did is I did a video for Department of Education, which was not shown, but I showed it to the principal. That's why I got these interviews. But it was a struggle, but when I got an offer, I didn't have any funds in my bank account. I had to really literally ask my friends and my family to lend me money para ma-process na yung papers. But eventually, as they say, if you have the patience and if you have the goal, everything will be possible.
Tama. Ito, Raya, kailangan ko talagang itanong to sa'yo eh. Alam naman
Sure.
nating lahat na there was a mass shooting that happened in an elementary school in Texas. Nagkaroon ka ba ng mga pangamba para sa sarili mo at sa iyong mga estudyante nung narinig mo yung mga kaganapang yan?
Well, to be honest, kami mga Filipino teachers, medyo nangamba kami. Especially, wala rito yung family namin. And if something happens, it's gonna be not just a burden for us, but also family namin back in the Philippines. So, nangamba, super nangamba. And I was also thinking na, what am I gonna do if these things happen? Kung anong dapat mong gawin, how would I protect my students and everything. So, it's hard, especially ang daming nawalang angels because of that shooting. But we're just hoping and praying that it won't happen again.
Meron bang ginagawang safety measures in place or protocols ang iyong school para ma-prevent something like this from happening in your school?
Well, the security in our school is becoming more and more strict, not just to protect the students, but also to protect everyone inside the campus. And they have, I believe other schools are working on parang mga drills. In the Philippines, we have like fire drills and earthquake drills. Now they have here shooter drill or something to help them be aware and for them to know what they would do in case something happened.
Tama. Naku, kailangan yan. Kahit dito sa Pinas, napag-iisipan ko na rin yan eh. So talagang we have to keep praying that our children will be safe, especially in schools. Rai, gusto ko lang malaman, ano ang 5-year plan mo? Ikaw ba'y mananatili dyan? Ano bang plano?
Well, my plan is, because my visa is good for a maximum of 5 years. So I want to maximize all the opportunities that I can here in the USA as a teacher. Also, the money that I would earn, I want to send it to my family because I mentioned I'm planning to build a bigger house for my family. And my mom and my dad, they're not getting any younger. I want them to have a comfortable life, for them to just receive money through their ATM and everything. But my real plan, my plan is I want to still retire in the Philippines. I want to go back to public school where I can also share whatever I learned as a teacher here in the United States.
Tama. So, ipon-ipon muna. Rai, it's Parents' Day today. Baka meron kang mensahe para sa iyong mga parents.
Hi, of course. My papa, oh my God. I love you. I don't really say this much often, but I love you. Especially my mom, she was hospitalized last February for a heart attack, but buti na agapan. I'm really hoping it's going to be difficult, especially ako lang sa family namin yung nasa abroad. If I hear something bad happening sa kanilang dalawa, I get really stressed out kasi hindi ko alam kung paano ko makakakonect sa kanila. Pero I love you, everyone, not just my parents, but my family, my nieces, my nephews, and all my friends back there. I hope you take care. Be positive, not with COVID, but with life.
Tama. Alam ko nga nagka-COVID ka nga dyan sa States.
Yeah.
I'm sure it was very difficult for you dahil all alone ka dyan.
Was very difficult. Like, I'm living with some teachers too. Pero syempre, hindi naman nila ako pwedeng punta sa classroom. And all I can do is just to do video call with my parents, my family, just for me to ease that stress. So it's difficult. Being an OFW it's a gamble, and I think I'm acing it.
Yes, and it's something na talagang hindi nyo man ginusto gawin, but you have to do it for the family. Kaya Rai, talagang saludo kami sa mga sakripisyong ginagawa mo alang-alang sa pamilya mo. At patuloy mo lang ang pagtataas ng bandera natin at kultura natin dyan sa USA. At maraming salamat sa oras mo makipagkwentuhan sa amin dito sa Kada Umaga. Mabuhay ka, Rai, at mag-ingat ka.
Thank you. My pleasure. Thank you. Have a nice day.
Thank you, Rai. Take care.